he's able to get himself. So he got the job done, right? And they got themselves in, the comeback when they were at a 4-0 loss, bringing it back to an 8-4. But who cares about that? We're going to talk about Anubis, and this will be an interesting one, John, just because, again, like, we know the record on this for Party Astronauts is a lot better than what I said before. But I think for Take Flight, I think they're going to have to prove, they are the underdog in this matchup.
Absolutely. Party Astronauts gonna run into things here. Interesting that we go from the most CT-sided map in the pool to the most T-sided map in the pool. We got both the extremes here. Servo and J-Chance waiting here, watching from E-Box. And not really much of a move just yet from the Party Astronauts. They're setting up for that A take, and no one is on the A site for Take Flight. They're actually going to be isolated from it thanks to the smokes that are being thrown. This is a free bomb plant, and looking at the buy-up for Take Flight, they were on a retake setup anyway because that defuse kit is available from Zombie. A couple of flashes are going to be thrown, or dropped, excuse me. And then Zombie's going to toss one forward so they can get some space here, but this is going to be a difficult retake.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy at all. Oh, man, I love the fact that Party Astronauts are actually trying to be re-aggressive on this. It's a little bit more of a meat grinding round than I think they were expecting. Now the pistols, oh, man, J-Chance might be able to even find something here. He does not, unfortunately. But Servo trying to get himself a headshot. Not going to work out. Party Astronauts, they have the right idea. Good execution. Got a little bit, dicey there in the middle part of that, but at least they're going to get themselves the first pistol. I mean, that's where Take Flight, we talked a lot about them on Nuke. That's where they were able to win the, the CT side and the T side pistol. Now things have kind of turned around here on Anubis.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Party Astronauts go for a 3-man peek into the backside entrance towards A. It was a little risky, and they almost got punished for it, but they recovered in time. Enough bullets coming away from those blocks. Just so many, like I said. I think it's one of the better pistols that's available in the game in a lot of ways, especially on pistol, of course, that's clear. Anyway, Wolfie's going to get a couple here. Ben Lee also gets 2, and Fang wraps it up with a pretty bow with the final one. No fuss, no muss there on the anti-eco.
Yeah, pretty easy, quick round. I think, Take Flight, we're just like, what, let's get this over with. Let's just see if we can, maybe catch him off guard, but now we're into the full gun round. I mean, an MP9 for Seabass. And again, he was somebody that I don't think we got to talk a lot about in the beginning or the end of last game, I should say. And he really was stepping it up a lot. Like, he was kind of, again, just getting these multi-kill rounds. He was, making things really, really close. So he was a really exciting guy to watch. I mean, Grave Kevin, we talked about him too. Like, he was having a couple good moments as well. I think he had that big 1-on-2 clutch, which kept it really close in the middle of the game. So we'll see what's going to come through for these guys. A little bit more aggression from Party Astronauts this time around. They're going to get themselves into double door. Already got themselves some decent map control on this, and honestly, look at the CT side. There's 3 players that are grouped up in B. They've left mid entirely open. Now it's a double stack here at the A side. You have someone on top and someone that's playing in A main. So this is a, for Seabass, he's getting some good intel, but again, it's really going to be this one and done kill maybe, but Infinite should be able to have it, and he does.
Yeah, that's a little risky for Seabass. I understand it, though. Going for information there. He gains it. Oh, Ben Lee. Speaking of info, they're not clearing the window at all. Ben Lee to freebie and another one. 2-4-0 there. Servo and J-Chance don't find the trades. Grave will eventually find one, but he is also the last one standing here in a 1v4 situation. So well executed by PA, and already the round is over. Another quick one, this time up against the rifle buy-up. Even though the Party Astronauts were just on their bonus, it all worked out fantastically.
Yeah, this is starting to look a lot more polished from Party Astronauts, right? And this is what you were kind of mentioning before. It's just like, look, they definitely have a lot of good records on this, with 9-2 sitting on this, and their T side win percentage, sitting at 63.6. So really, really good. And now it's just looking pretty confident in a lot of the takes they're winning. A lot of good gunfights. Ben's putting himself at a 5-0 right now. He's not typically the guy that's on the top of the boards. He's usually doing all the utility work and just calling the shots here for his players to be successful, but he's found himself some big impact. Like you said, that round in the window. Now Zombie trying to get a little bit desperate with the D, trying to make a bit of a hero play. Will get shut down immediately. Now you can just see the CTs are going to rotate on this, but now the AKs, man, they're just making these connections, and bodies are starting to hit the floor.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the pistols once more. J-Chance connects on a head, but Fang is immediately there for a frag. Wolfie gets 1 and Fang a second on the round. It is all over again very quickly. The Party Astronauts wasting absolutely no time here in getting off to this 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm going to be curious about too, I don't know if this is a bad take, but you can tell me. I was going to say, look, I love a good op on CT side, but I feel like I wasn't really convinced, on Nuke. Like I felt like I never really was, really impressed with it. So I'm glad they're going to try it, but I'm wondering if it doesn't work, do they just kind of stick to the 5 rifles for this side alone?
Yeah, the op is really. I don't know if it's just the change in tick system for CS2 or what, but it doesn't feel as precise anymore as it used to. Anyway, Wolfie's gonna get one. As I say that, he finds an instant frag onto Grave, but it's not the same feel as it was in CSGO. Let's say that. I don't know if it's going to change as CS2 evolves. It probably will. As Servo's going to get a trade here. 4v4. J-Chance finds the trade onto 6E. 4v3 in favor of Take Flight as they're trying to continue and hold the fort here and finally get a first round. Oh, great flashbang thrown. Servo finds Wolfie. Fang is the last one standing after finding one for himself in a 1v3.
Yeah, this has been important too. Like I said, look, I'm never against an op on the CT side, but I'm glad that J Chance can finally get a little bit of a moment here to kind of light this up a bit here with the double. And I mean, the fact is too, like Party Astronauts were being a little bit cheeky, going through B main. I think it was Ben that was kind of starting off that first point of attack, trying to get something done. And I think, even Sixy was, he was the bomb carrier at one point, and he actually like committed pretty deep right around this position that we just saw, but he was able to get out of it in time. But this is going to be a save, I would imagine, that's from Fang. I mean, again, he doesn't have the bomb control anywhere near him. He's just hunting a little bit. He's only got 30 seconds. He's not in the best position right now. If he's able to find these kills quickly, I mean, yeah, they can turn things around, but this is not going to be easy. He's going into a bit of a funnel.
Yeah, it's so difficult. 14 seconds left. At this point, probably better just to hide and save the AK because you don't want to go down after time. J-Chance is watching this angle, and there it is. Well, at least doesn't go down after time. Gets the loss bonus in place, and of course the money is just absolutely flowing for the Party Astronauts, so it doesn't really matter either way. Ben or Infinite could have dropped him if something goes completely wrong. That said, Take Flight, hold the fort over at the B site, and that is the good news for them because the Party Astronauts are really coming on strong. I think they got a little overambitious, like you were saying, just trying to get cheeky going to that B site, perhaps overconfidence coming into effect, and whenever that happens, especially in CS2, teams tend to get punished.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. And now, I mean, the op's still going to be back into play here for Party Astronauts, so we'll see what they're going to be able to climb through this. And this was one of the conversations we had too, as well, with the op, head to head a little bit. Somebody like Wolfie, when he's playing well with it, and man, look out. And right now he's sitting at a 9-1. He's top fragging on the team with big numbers. Now Fang, he's going to get himself pretty aggressive in window, so he's just trying to spot things out. Nade just going to again go on the right-hand side of this. Nobody close on by. They're getting this bridge control pretty much for free, like countless times. It really hasn't been contested too much. You can see now even Take Flight, a little bit more of a passive angle. J-Chance just playing in camera, trying to get a quick picture, and then he's going to duck out. But Party Astronauts just slowly and surely just fighting for this map control, and they're doing a job with it.
Yeah, they've gained a lot of space, right? They're into A main, 2 players just hugging the corner here. Infinite thought he was waiting for his teammate to throw a flash, but in the end, they're just going to burn more time off the clock and make Take Flight second guess themselves. But as it stands, Take Flight aren't really moving a muscle, holding their ground. Seabass, an important first contact here, and he pulls at the util at a very inopportune time. Ends up surviving, though. No punishment yet from PA. 30 seconds left now for them to make their move. Time is running out, so they need a frag quickly, and they find one. But Seabass does manage to get one before being traded out himself. Now it's only 1 player left until reinforcements arrive. That's Zombie, and I think he's just going to give him the plant. There's no choice.
Yeah, and this is a critical position right now, again, because the utility is lackluster. You have a flash and an HE remaining here for the CT side. That's going to even be burned in the wrong position. So, again, these CTs, that smoke's not going to make things even easier. Now they're going to have to go through this, fight some smoke, fight the fires, and now can they get through this? 60's going to be able to take ahead of Servo, and yeah, 60 once again, that T-side rifle. He's gonna know he's getting himself a bit of a moment, but unfortunately it's going to just be the 2K. Now Party Astronauts once again putting themselves at a 5-1 lead, and now Ben's going to be able to pick up the op. That's going to be retrievable for Wolfie. And the money's not terrible for the CT side. They can definitely invest the rifles. So I'd like to see something, even maybe a timeout, John.
Yeah, timeout wouldn't be bad, honestly, to talk things over. I think a buy-up felt like a foregone conclusion, but no. Wow, that is exceptionally
Okay.
conservative. Okay. I don't mind it because on Anubis, you really do need the util on the CT side. It's exceptionally important because those quick pushes from the T side can really overwhelm you very quickly. So maybe it's better for them to go for this, but they had quite a bit of cash available to them. We'll get the upgrades and the body armor available. Upgrades to pistols, I should say. And as Seabass tries to come around that corner, Infinite is going to punish him. Zombie, oh, there's the audio cue, so they know another player is in the vicinity. He does manage to escape back to that A site, but he's the only defender there. So if the party astronauts continue pushing in here and get that frag, it'll likely be a 6th round signed, sealed, and delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I
no
mean,
one's done
I
well.
agree with you.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Yeah, it's okay, John. We're I am surprised with the pistols, but I'm not. And I agree. I was just gonna say I definitely agree with you with the utility. Servo, again, just try to find maybe timing on this if they can. A tough position for J-Chance on this one with the Deke, and oh man, again, look at the utility work from Party Astronauts. Perfectly placed. Infinite throwing that flash, just blinding them like a bat. Now they're in a great position. This is, as long as they're not overextending on this, like you said, this should be a 6th round guaranteed. Infinite playing a really good position on this. Should be able to find this kill, maybe not. Instead, he'll play a lot more conservative, and there we go. Party Astronauts, they sealed it with 6.
Yep, there it is. A very hot start to their T side. Take Flight will absolutely have a buy up in this next round. Maybe a frag, no. Infinite takes care of that, and Grave will save the body armor. Full armor, in fact. Definitely worth keeping in his hands. Along with that 5-7, and he's going to keep the corner down. Okay, well, never mind. Grave is gone. As we talked about, though, they had a very conservative save, and they will have the full util now and a proper buy-up coming up against PA.
Yeah, this is a big round. Again, just because for round number 8, like we said, they preserved a lot of cash. But again, now they have the op out, they got the utility out. They're looking good. So this is where they really, really need this round, because if they don't, I mean, the loss bonus, yeah, it technically is there for them to some degree here, but it's not going to be great. I mean, that's just going to give Party Astronauts the lead, and now they'll be able to conclude the first half in favor for them, but let's see what they can do. I mean, Ben Leeds already burned a little bit of utility for himself. Instead of actually, again, regressing on this A main control, they've actually just put all their attention essentially just for a 4-1 split. Very, very interesting. Now the nades are just starting to fly through the sky. Now they're just going to execute into this. This is a perfect read right now, and who other than Ben? He's going to be able to find that entry with Grave Kevin. He's got himself a little bit of an answer, but he might just be roasty toasty, and oh, he's still alive.
I think he's going to be dead soon. There it is.
Okay.
Even blinded and finished just spamming. Eventually he'll fall. Seabass gets an immediate trade though, so the man advantage is preserved here for Take Flight. Wolfie and Infinite have forward positioning onto the site, but Wolfie doesn't have the bomb, and he falls back. Infinite's kind of left to his own devices here. It's not a bad spot to have at the back site, but Wolfie needs to get in here and grab that bomb. He will absolutely not. Now a 1v3 clutch on the cards. Infinite isolates the first. And he has a flashbang. He's going to toss forward to try and grab that bomb. I don't know if they have it in their visibility. It doesn't matter. J-Chance finds Infinite before he can grab the bomb. That'll do it. A 2nd round picked up by Take Flight.
That was a really important situation, just in the sense that, Party Astronauts, I love that they mixed it up and just kind of made that, quick decision. Like, look, we're going to go for a faster play. We're not going to rush it necessarily, but we're going to execute into this B site right away. It was a perfect read. Honestly, there was the players that went down, but you could just see Take Flight. They were able to hold on just enough with some of those players on the rotate so quickly. And that just gave them the key to success, just to be able to find that second. Really, really important, like, I was kind of alluding to, just because they put a ton of coin on that round, and it would have been just detrimental if they didn't, right? It would have been just so disastrous. But now the question is, can they maintain a little bit of that consistency? The op's still in the play. Servo looking like he wants to commit to this. He will. Actually, the Paul Flash will come through. He's spots ahead, but he's going to be able to tuck out of this one, though.
Oh, nice peek from J-Chance. Yeah, onto Wolfie, so he wins that duel with the op. Has been a lot more impactful here on Anubis with that op than he was on Nuke. We were questioning it a little bit, but so far so good. Seabass going to get naded down to 66. Infinite picks up the op off the ground. Now, Ben has an interesting position right now towards the B main position, towards B main, I should say. And 60's pinching in into E-Box. So they can work together. Maybe they'll gain a little more space, but you even see Take Flight kind of biting here, rotating off B completely. It is a 5v4. They have all 5 standing, and B is free and clear for the taking. Oh my goodness, this could be a complete misplay.
Yep, this really could. And I'm glad you brought that up because right now the information is just being grabbed. Okay, now the rotates are starting to come back through. Party astronauts. This is just weird. And now, are they going to expect this player up top? I don't know. He's playing in the perfect position right now. Not going to get spotted. Zombie. Oh man, he's going to make the play here. He's able to find that first. He's going to drop the bomb as well. So that's a huge play for the walking zombie of himself.
Oh,
and now, get back on the board here 2 in a row.
Looking at the radar there, it was absolute chaos, honestly. And it felt like the party astronauts, had they just stuck with plan A, which is go to B, bomb site B, it would have worked out exceptionally well. No one would have been there. They would have had the plant, probably a nice stable post plant as well. Instead, they go into A at the absolute worst time because Take Flight were on a rotation thing. Oh, wait, they're not going to come to the A site. So they split up. They had 3 players towards CT spawn, 2 into A main, and that ends up being absolutely fantastic when the XU comes in towards the A site and PA has no idea where they are. So all 5 players standing for Take Flight. A very chaotic round turns out in their favor, and now the party astronauts are running into some money troubles.
Yeah, after a while they were looking so good with the money. Now it's it ain't looking so pretty anymore. Infinite catches the pin right into his face, and now he's down to 53. Both players in water, so that's gonna be a good volley though. Gonna flush him out, but they just can't get the spamming done, unfortunately. But J Chance actually does get himself repositioned on this. I do like that. He's still gonna re-aggress on this one. I think important. And this is getting the lineups ready for the A exec potentially now. And oh, J Chance, that shot missed. That's going to be costly. And look at that. Who other than 60 activates a Mac 10. And now they got utility out in their hands. I don't know what they're doing, John. They need to get guns out. And now it's Seabass is blocking things down here.
Oh.
And Fang gets him in the back of the head.
That is a beautiful maneuver by Fang to get in from connector onto the A site. And now you have Servo and Grave Kevin looking to make their way back into the site. Servo, the tip of the spear, charges out, finds a bullet to the dome, and Fang delivers the last as well. A 3K for him on the round. He's up to 12, leading the scoreboard on both sides, and the party astronauts crack that round win streak from Take Flight and take their 7th.
Yeah, I mean, Fang is the player that we, wanted to watch. Now he's sitting on the top right position like you talked about. I really like that play. And again, that's the thing about, with the op, like you have somebody, that is equipped like J Chance, who tried to be a little bit more aggro. I liked that idea. I liked that, decision. But when you miss that shot, like you have 1 shot to hit, right? I mean, that was the thing. As soon as he missed it, 60 played that perfectly. He just reaggressed, fought for it, took him out. And that's when the cookie started to crumble. And now this might even be the moment here too. The ops might go a bit of a head-to-head. Zombie getting the timing just off. Fang now getting closer and closer to this. And J Chance, he's actually able to tee off a big opening duel.
Ooh, almost through the wall, Wolfie. I think he missed that shot by just a hair. Oh, Zombie's waiting here and up close. Wolfie, no chance at all. The barrel showing, so Zombie can line that up through the door. 5v3 in favor of Take Flight. So even though the party astronauts came out with a nice round victory in the previous, again, Take Flight doing quite well for themselves. Bentley could get a 2K. There it is. The round is on again. 3v3. They've got space gained in towards the A set. Only 1 player there at Seabass. They overlooked this position previously. They will do it again. He gets 1, trying to find the follow-up. Molotov sails in, but it doesn't bounce in 60's favor. In fact, I mean, it at least keeps Seabass at bay. And it kind of keeps both players here in the heaven position isolated as the bomb gets planted. But this is still going to be a tough ask for PA.
Yeah, and this is a big position for 60. He's actually been able to maneuver this, and there it is. He finds that first, and now Infinite able to help him out. But no, he's actually not able to make the connection done. I thought maybe that crossfire could have been something to behold, but instead it's going to be Take Flight. They're getting themselves slowly and surely round by round into this game, and we're going into the last round here for the first half. And honestly, this is a good note here, because if Take Flight can find this round, like again, getting 5 rounds on the CT side is really not a bad thing to note here. Like we said, I mean, and I feel like they haven't really been doing anything too adventurous. It's really, they've just been winning a lot of good gunfights.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, look, PA in that round, I think a couple of early mistakes kind of cost them, and they almost recovered. And I agree with you. You know, I felt like that crossfire would have yielded them something. If 60 gets that spray control down for the second frag, then they win the round, no questions asked. But he just couldn't connect on it, and afterwards, just too tall of an ask for Infinite to close the door on Take Flyte. So Take Flyte, 4 rounds, TCT side, it's like Nuke, right? If they can get that, it's like Nuke in terms if you reverse the tables anyway. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Grave is going to get a couple on to Fang and Infinite 4v2 in favor of Take Flyte. Looks like they'll get a fifth. They absolutely will. 7-5 the scoreline in favor of the Party Astronauts as we head to the break. Alrighty then, welcome back. 7-5 for the Party Astronauts, but Take Flyte a resurgence towards the latter part of that first half. The beginning was all Party Astronauts, 6-1 at one point, but since that point, a 5-1 run for Take Flyte. And they are very happy to find themselves on T side, only down by 2 rounds.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this was honestly, the way they were able to persevere through that first half on the CT side, only 2-round deficit. Really, really good note here. Servo going to be trying to find something here with the P250 armor. This is a lot of responsibility for him to be able to find some kind of an opener. He's got the armor, he's got the P250. Look how fast Party Astronauts a bit on this though. They are just a fish right into the hook right now, and you can just see Take Flyte. It's a bit of a jig. Now it's just going to be. It's just Fang by himself, waiting for the rotates to come through. So a good job for him to stay alive, but actually Wolfie He surprisingly is going to go down. Fang, maybe. Oh, it's just not going to be the right timing. Unfortunately, the bomb will go down, but Fang is making these connections. Now these things are starting to light up. Fang's able to find himself a couple more. Looking to see what else he can do. It's Fang once again. It's a deep dagger looking for the ace. Doing everything in his power to be able to find this. He's inflicting the damage. Can he get the job done? He will not, but somehow Take Flyte come back.
I don't know why Infinite's not sticking that defusal the entire time, honestly. But, I mean, I guess it's 10 seconds. I don't think he had the kit in his hands. Still, impressive stuff from Fang. Almost gets the ace, and then Take Flyte come back to secure another pistol round. They've won 3 of the 4 pistol rounds tonight, and, I mean, it looked good in every single one. That time, Fang tried to pull it back. It was Take Flyte all the way before that point. But it's just not enough, and we are cut to a lead of only 1 in favor of the Party Astronauts. Fang waiting with the Tomas. They do force up here. Oh, goodness. Seabass, an opportunity, honestly, to get the first blow, but all he gets is some space gained. And, I mean, that's good deep positioning into the site because the Party Astronauts have to focus entirely on him. They leave the A site vulnerable, and that is where Take Flyte will ultimately end up.
Man, you can just see how fast of a reaction Party Astronauts have, right? I mean, any sort of an action, they are there. Like, they are rotating so fast. Yeah, they're going to get this kill. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I mean, this is now a site. Well, okay, maybe not. I was going to say, that's a site that's pretty much open here, but that's a decent little bit of a reply from Wolfie. And now you have double Mac 10s picked up. This is actually not out of the realm here, John. I mean, they have the man advantage. They got some guns that they can work with. They don't have a kit, though, but I mean, at least they got armor.
Yeah, and they got to go fast, though. They got to be Sonic the Hedgehogs here. Charging into the site. Wolfie. Oh, listen. What's happening? Did J-Sands lag out? I think he lagged out. There's just no way. Servo, the last one standing. Flashbang being tossed here. Good flash, in fact, and he won't get anything. The fusel comes through. It wouldn't surprise me if there is a timeout here for J-Chance, because, I mean, there's no way he just didn't think that a scout was didn't hear the scout being fired to his right. He would have turned around and shot at him. Maybe he did. Maybe he had no idea. He's still in the server, so it looks like everything is connected here. Except for, of course, his hearing, because it didn't look like he could hear anything that was going on there.
Well, it's just so weird. Like, how did he not know? Like, I was thinking, like, I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, look, he's probably lagged out. Surely he's not just, like, exposed like this. And he's like, yeah, somebody's shooting a scout. I'm fine. Like, I'm all good. Like,
it's weird.
That's really weird.
Didn't even look up. Didn't even
react. He just stood there like a tree.
I mean, even Wolfie's like, I missed twice, but he didn't move. He's just still there, so he just scopes in and kills him. Weird circumstances in that previous round, but okay. Maybe he did have a brief lag out. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, right? 1:30 on the clock. Party Astronauts do find an important round victory after losing the pistol, but Seabass comes right back with Servo, and they get another couple of frags. Bomb going to be planted here on the A site, which they've continued to get bomb plants on round after round. I mean, I say they're going to plant it. There we go, finally. And Ben Lee misses the dunk nade onto the site. They still have a chance to get back in here, Les.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, Wolfie has to be able to find this kill. The shadow's exposed. Okay, so we'll get it, but okay, now it's Fang again. He's able to get himself activated for a double. Now Seabass desperately needing to find something here. He's going to take down Wolfie, but Fang, who other than him, player to watch, man. He's making me eat my own words here, and now he's starting to really sing us a good lullaby.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's fantastic from Fang. Everything played to perfection that round. The 2K spray down, then afterwards ensuring that he's in the perfect position to get the trade when his teammate goes down. No chance at all for Seabass to react, and that's exactly how you want to set up your trades. 9-6 in favor of PA. They get 2 in a row. Bomb plant does come through again for Take Flyte, so that economy continues to flow pretty well, but they've been conservative in these types of situations so far in both maps, and it looks like that will be the case here again. And I would say it's more of the obvious half buy in this situation than when we were on Nuke and they had like 4K or something like that. Or was it here? Anyway, whatever. We know they were a lot more conservative last time. They went for that save. This time it's kind of a little more logical.
Yeah, and it definitely was on this map too. And I knew you were. Yeah. I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, no, it's definitely here. So don't worry, we're both on the same page here. Infinite. Oh man, yeah, you gotta be careful. At least he's able to get out of that. It's always such a sketchy position to be in. Like, I get it. Like, you're just getting that info. You get the utility there. Oh, and actually even able to find himself a double kill in that kind of a position. Surely okay, but that is not what I was expecting from that at all. But okay, Seabass by himself now. I don't know, desperation, maybe a kill, maybe one, maybe something. Yeah, no, it's been Leet. Just getting him in the back, and now 10 rounds obtained here from the party astronauts.
Yeah, honestly, that round they lost when it would have been a 7th round victory where we saw Wolfie get 3 chances at shooting at the head of J-Chance and then finally got the last one. That round being lost was a huge difference maker for them because they needed to get back into the game, and it was closing in on that point. It would have been a tie game. Instead, now we're sitting at 10-6 in favor of PA. They do have the money to buy up now. It will be AKs across the board for them. Util isn't full, but it's more than good enough. How do Take Flight handle this? Nade pop, no visibility gain, but it does afford the opportunity to push into Canal for Fang, and he only gets 1 before getting traded out, but Infinite pops out of aim in at the perfect time, almost finds himself a second, but he has to also be careful because he could fall very shortly. Sees the shadow though, that's the advantage you have holding that angle. The shadow comes around, Sixy finds the frag. It is a 4v2. Take Flight are trying to be dynamic. They're trying to adjust here and go right into the B site afterwards, but it's being watched. Wolfie with the op connects, and Seabass is spotted out in that smoke. Ben Leet sprays him down, spams away with the deagle in celebration as the party astronauts are 2 rounds away for making this a 2-0 night.
Yeah, this is looking, you know, again, really, really impressive on the CT side because we talked a lot about this in the beginning of the game where we said, look, it's definitely a more T-sided map. The CT side, it's not impossible, obviously, but it definitely is more difficult. But party astronauts, like we said, with a very strong record on this, you know, familiar territory for them. They're just looking really composed and looking really, really well here for, you know, their attacking side, but also their defensive side now. And they're sitting in a great position here with tons of cash on the board. Pistols out here for Take Flight. So, I mean, they're kind of banking it here to push for overtime if this round doesn't go their way. And instead, they're not going to have anybody, you know, lurking on the outside of A or mid. This time, they're just going to commit to all these players. Flash is going to rain through the sky, hoping they catch somebody off guard. A good Molotov place here from Ben. Will he be able to find these kills? He will. It's just a meat grinder, mince meat. And there it is. And it's going to be 12th secured for party.
Easy. No deaths, money built up, 6 rounds available to them to close this map out. We'll see if they need more than 1 though. 4 AKs and the AWP on Take Flight's side, perhaps their last chance coming through here. They need to pull off a good execute. I didn't mind what they did in the previous one, going for the pistols onto the B side, excuse me, and just trying to go for that quick push, but PA was absolutely ready for it.
Yeah, they really were, and I mean, now this is essentially, you know, 6 rounds needed for Take Flight. 60. Look at how aggressive he's getting.
God, 60.
Man, even the fact that he's able to get that 1 kill, look at what they do. Now they're just going to fully aggress in this. Maybe a little bit overexertion on this. All of a sudden, it's down to the 2v2. Take Flight have been able to clean these up nicely. But look at the players. They're far apart from each other. Servo's going to be able to have the site control. But again, Zombie, not in the greatest position here with the bomb. Because if he gets taken out, this round is over. This is now a position where he's spotted. Look where he is.
I mean, I said this is probably over. Or I said this is over. And it would have been if the party astronauts stopped pushing. It was a 4v2. Anyway, like you said, the bomb's in a tough spot. And it wins the fight in Zombie's hands. Op shot misses. Wolfie pulls out the pistol. He is surrounded. And he's dead. 4v2. And Servo and Zombie deliver everything they could possibly need to keep this one alive. Party astronauts overplaying their hand. It's such a good situation they put themselves in, right? A little bit of tempered aggression is great, but that's just full-on aggression, and Take Flight punishes them frag after frag.
Yeah, I love that, you know, the comment you made about they overplayed their hand, and that's probably the best way to describe it, because again, I love that they aggressed. I love that they put that pressure on there, but they needed to fall back. There's a point where it becomes way too much, and that was it, because Take Flight reacted to it. They got the trades when they needed to, and they got themselves around. Fang with an op, not something you normally see very often, but he's going to try for it. Double ops for their first time, I think, ever we've seen with these guys so far today. Wolfie. Okay. All right.
Okay,
yeah,
now
they're doing things. They're doing lots of things, John.
Yeah, this is the same situation as last time, right? 4v2. The only difference is they stopped pushing, and they fell back here instead of continuing to go forward. So now they're going to readjust themselves. 2 players on the B site. One watching towards Canals, the other one watching B main. And then one on A. That anchor infinite's going to be important here. The problem for Take Flight as well is they have to recover the bomb, and they don't know how far forward the party astronauts have gotten. So they have to slowly but surely clear things out. Still a minute on the clock. Fangs waiting with the up. Fangs spots him and gets the overkill headshot with the big green. Grave, last one standing. 1v4, 50 seconds on the clock, and an AK in his hands. He's got the bomb recovered. Fang misses the shot, so Grave, an opening here, still has full HP as well, but time is against him, Laz.
Yeah, it's not good. And he's got a knife into the gunfight too. That's not going to make things work. And unfortunately for Take Flight fans, it's going to be a 13-7 loss against them. But Party Astronauts, they're going to be able to have themselves that 2-0 here from the two separate best of ones today. And honestly, they looked even better on Anubis than what we saw on Nuke. And really, really impressed to see what we got.
Yeah, no, and I mean, look, I think that Take Flight played pretty well. There were moments where we felt like they would have a way back into Anubis. It's just that the Party Astronauts